The tropical rainforest, home to most of the world's biodiversity. Ample rainfall and the organic matter provide nutrients that can support large diversity of life. The tall evergreen canopy and lush vegetation also provide excellent shelter for a wide variety of wildlife, including the Brazilian pit vipers, Bothrops jararaca. The Brazilian pit viper is a venomous pit viper species with a variable color pattern, ranging from olive to brown, with prominent stripes running down from the sides of its head from behind the eyes. It is a terrestrial snake species and can grow up to 1.6 meters in length. The viper is ovoviviparous, which means that it keeps its eggs within their body until it is ready to hatch. Then it lays the eggs. Typical habitats of the Brazilian pit viper include the tropical rainforests, savanna regions, and open fields where the Brazilian pit viper is found in abundance and is not under any conservation efforts. For this expedition, we are going to the southern Brazil in hope of catching a glimpse of this wondrous snake.
We're in rainforest in Brazil, where as you can see is surrounded with such rampant vegetation that supports such an abundant variety of wildlife, making this place the perfect habitat for the Brazilian pit viper. Brazilian pit viper typically hide in thick vegetation such as bushes and tall grasses. Earlier then, we spotted some snake trails amongst the bushes and were attempting to track it down. That is Brazilian pit viper in the bush. Notice the long stripes running down its back from its triangular shaped head. Color of the mid-body is usually somewhat lighter than head, anterior, and posterior. This creature is simply magnificent. This particular snake uses heat sensory organs to detect temperature changes in its environment, granting it infrared vision. Vipers have highly toxic venom, therefore, even though it doesn't seem to notice our presence, we must proceed with extreme caution. The fangs of the Brazilian pit vipers are well developed for piercing through the epidermis and injecting venom, which is in specialized venom glands located under the eye. The fangs are also adapted to be hollow to facilitate injection of venom. The venom of viper is made from highly modified saliva. When envenomed, symptoms might include swelling, bruising, and blistering of the infected limb, incoagulant bleeding, hemorrhage, and in serious cases even renal failure. When hunting, the Brazilian pit viper will puncture its prey with these fangs and give them a daily dose of venom. Typical prey of the viper include small mammals, birds, which are abundant in this forest. These prey can easily be killed by the venom. The venom of the pit viper is used in both defense and killing prey. Therefore, extreme caution should be exercised. Okay, give me the bag, give me the bag, give me the bag, give me the bag, give me the bag. Bag, bag, bag.
Okay, Nacho.
Though extremely toxic, the venom of the Brazilian pit viper has been studied extensively over the years and have since found to have significant uses for humanity. And that's why we are bringing it back to the lab for study. To find out more about the Brazilian pit vipers, we invited animal researcher Aristotle Lau. So Lau, what makes the venom worth studying?
Please take a seat. The venom of the Brazilian pit viper is one that has been most thoroughly studied. The venom of the Brazilian pit viper contains enzymes that prevent coagulation of blood. And this property has been found extremely useful in regulating blood pressure, hence has key uses in treating hypertension. The venom of the viper has led to the development of angiotensin-converting enzyme inhibitors, or ACE inhibitors. Also, anti-venom created from the venom of vipers has helped to save many lives of snakebite victims.
Interesting, so the Brazilian pit viper is actually quite useful. Anyways, what's the research I do on the snake?
Oh, we first extract the venom by milking the snake. Then we conduct our research on the venom obtained. By the way, we do have a snake that we are milking today. Do you want to take a look?
I can? Oh, sure.
Oh. The Brazilian pit viper is highly venomous, so we use these apparatus to avoid being bitten. The snake is forced through the plastic tube, and after exiting, we pin the head of the snake. We first begin by holding the snake's neck. We then agitate the snake such that it opens its fangs. Thereafter, we push the snake's fangs through the latex membrane covering our collecting jar. This makes the snake bite down on the jar and release its venom into the jar, from which it can be collected.
I see. Then is this venom used for your research?
Basically, yes. The venom is then diluted if it is used to make anti-venin. The diluted venom is injected into the body of a large mammal in quantities that will not kill the mammal, but instead allow production of antibodies in the mammal. This mammal is usually a horse. The quantity of the venom is then increased with each dose until the mammal is able to survive even with much higher doses of venom than before. The antibodies in the white blood cells are then extracted from the mammal to create anti-venin. The venom of vipers has been used in the development of ACE inhibitors, which is derived from a peptide found in the venom. ACE inhibitors effectively lower blood pressure, and here is how it works. When blood pressure is low, cells in the kidney produce renin, which stimulates the production of angiotensin 1, which is converted to angiotensin 2. The effects of angiotensin 2 is vasoconstriction, increased blood volume, and ventricular remodeling, of all which increases blood pressure, leading to hypertension. However, the ACE inhibitors serve to prevent the conversion of angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2. This negates the effects of angiotensin 2, which effectively lowers blood pressure. Thus, the venom has its application to science, and the venom is very useful to humans.
I've certainly learned a lot from this conversation. Thank you for your time.
Other than the scientific uses of the Brazilian pit vipers, snakes have many uses in real life. In places like Taiwan, snake is consumed as a local delicacy. In other places, snakes are also kept as exotic pets. And in places like India, they are even a source of income for snake charmers. In retrospect, many of our classical games, Greek mythology, and movies have snakes in them too. As seen, the popularity of snakes are well beyond the medical field, and there is more to learn from these fearsome and slithering creatures.